Hey everybody, we're trying to do something on the fly here. Bernie's giving a news conference at noon, and we're going to watch it together. I'm seeing a lot of speculation over what's getting ready to happen in this news conference, but I figured we'd cover it and watch it together as a group. I'm going to share it out, you share it out. Let's get this out there. Let's find out what Bernie has to say. We're going to see right now. So come on in. It's Sean from the Daily Burn, and we're going to watch Bernie's press conference together. And in 12 minutes it starts. Until then, we'll kick around and talk a little bit and speculate what we think's going to happen. But as soon as this gets started, I will of course be quiet and allow Bernie to speak. And I will maximize the screen so that we can all see it. But Bernie's going to give an update at noon. So share this out, and we're going to watch it together. So I've got the stream for you right here. This is going to go live in 12 minutes. So come on in. Yeah, Millicent, this is it right here. This is the feed. We're going to watch it together. I am excited, as I know many of you are, to see what Bernie's going to say after what happened yesterday. You know, we're only 150 delegates behind. I've seen people speculating that Bernie is going to drop out. I think that's crazy. That's crazy talk. We're not that far behind. We're not that far behind in delegates, and when you take into account everything that's been thrown at us, we are in a much better situation than we were at this point in 2016. So why would we even be kicking talk around like that? But we're going to find out. Bernie's going to go live in 11 minutes. So I'm sharing this out, getting this out there to people. We're going to watch it together. This is the feed. You can see the countdown there. If my head isn't blocking it, apparently my head is blocking it. But no, yes, this will be live in 10 minutes. This is the feed. Bernie will be having a press conference in 10 minutes. And we're going to watch it together and find out what news Bernie's going to deliver about the campaign and take this together. So, hey, Helen, good to see you guys here. But we got it all set up. We're going to watch it together. In 10 minutes, it'll begin. So let me know in the comments, if you're here, let me know what you think. What do you think Bernie's going to say to us? You know, there was no announcement last night about anything, which was a little bit odd. And, okay, Lydia says, most likely Bernie is going to drop out. There's too much corruption in the Democratic Party. I hope not. I'm still hoping on a miracle. I really don't see that happening. I'm seeing a lot of people say that, but I don't see it happening. I'm going to try to fix the lighting up a little bit. But share this out, guys. Get this out and invite your friends. We're going to watch this together. And I won't talk over it. I know it's a little odd having me at the bottom of the screen, but I think it's going to be something we may need to talk about afterwards, especially if Lydia is right. So we're going to watch this coming up in just a little bit. In 9 minutes, the countdown is being blocked by my head, but in 9 minutes, this goes live. This is the feed for the Bernie campaign update. So come on in. This is the Daily Burn live coverage of the Bernie announcement. We're going to see what's happening today at noon. Huey says, I think he'll drop out. Well, a lot of people are speculating that that's what Bernie's about to do. We're going to find out in 8 minutes. I really don't think so, guys. I mean, we're 100 and what? I haven't done the math, but less than 200 delegates behind. And I think that would be insane and such a blow to the progressive movement. I can't see Bernie doing that. I really can't. I don't see that happening. But Huey thinks he's going to drop out and endorse Biden. If it's not today, it'll be in the coming weeks, so prepare mentally for it. It won't follow him, though. I won't follow him, though. I won't either. None of us would. That's why I think it'd be a very irresponsible thing to do, and a punch to the progressive movement that we may not recover from, if that is what Bernie does today. We're going to find out in 7.5 minutes. I keep updating you on the countdown because my head is blocking it. But Nissa says that the billionaires are afraid of paying taxes for the first time. You're damn right they are. They stand to lose a lot from our revolution and from what's going on. But we're going to find out here in 7 minutes what is happening with this revolution and the campaign moving forward. The revolution doesn't stop. I hope everybody understands that. The revolution doesn't stop. There's a little bit of background noise now. 6 minutes, guys. 6 minutes and 45 seconds. This feed goes live. So there you go. They just switched to the podium. We're going to see here in a minute. We're going to see who's right, who's wrong. The speculation, all that's going to be answered here in just a minute. And I got to tell you already, I don't like the background. I don't know why, but I got a bad feeling about it. Rima says, never give up, as Native people say. No spiritual surrender. What nonsense. Why give up now? Sean, I agree with you. I hope you're right. We're going to see. We're getting ready to find out. I am going to maximize the volume a little bit more just so I know we'll all be able to hear it very well, because I don't want there to be any kind of problem. Everybody hears that good, right? That little ding. Everybody hears that. Okay. So this will be starting here in just a minute. There's no sound. I have the sound up. There's no sound yet. We're just seeing the podium. But in just a minute, Bernie will be addressing us. Helen says, oh, Biden-Obama thanked Bernie and Bernie supporters last night like he already had the endorsement. She shared me that video. I saw it, and it's disturbing. It doesn't look good, but we are going to find out in just a minute from Bernie himself in this press conference what he has to say about our revolution moving forward. But our revolution moves forward no matter what. No matter what happens in this press conference, our fight continues. So in just a minute, Bernie will be addressing us and letting us know where he stands. But we move forward no matter what. I do not like the amount of pyramids in the background.
Okay, thank you all very much for being here. Let me begin by reiterating what I have said from day one of this campaign, and that is that Donald Trump is the most dangerous president in the modern history of our country, and he must be defeated. Tragically, we have a president today who is a pathological liar and who is running a corrupt administration. He clearly does not understand the Constitution of the United States and thinks that he is a president who is above the law. In my view, he is a racist, a sexist, a homophobe, a xenophobe, and a religious bigot, and he must be defeated, and I will do everything in my power to make that happen. Last night, obviously, was not a good night for our campaign from a delegate point of view. We lost in the largest state up for grabs yesterday, the state of Michigan. We lost in Mississippi, Missouri, and Idaho. On the other hand, we won in North Dakota, and we lead the vote count in the state of Washington, the second largest state, contested yesterday, with 67% of the votes having been counted. We are a few thousand votes on top. What became even more apparent yesterday is that while we are currently losing the delegate count, approximately 800 delegates for Joe Biden and 660 for us, we are strongly winning in two enormously important areas which will determine the future of our country. Poll after poll, including exit polls, show that a strong majority of the American people support our progressive agenda. The American people are deeply concerned about the grotesque level of income and wealth inequality in this country, and the American people want the wealthy and large profitable corporations to start paying their fair share of taxes. Overwhelming support for that. The American people understand that the federal minimum wage of $7.25 an hour is a starvation wage. They want to raise the minimum wage in this country to a living wage of at least $15 an hour. And the American people understand that if our kids are going to make it into the middle class of this country, we must make public colleges and universities and trade schools tuition free. The American people understand that we cannot continue a cruel and dysfunctional healthcare system. And it is amazing to me to see that even in conservative states like Mississippi, there is an overwhelming understanding that we are now spending twice as much per capita on healthcare as do the people of any other country, while 87 million of us remain uninsured or underinsured. And this crisis, this absurd healthcare system, is becoming more and more obvious to the American people as we face the challenge of the coronavirus pandemic that we are currently experiencing. Imagine facing a pandemic and having 87 million people who are having a difficult time going to a doctor when they need. And the American people know, unlike Donald Trump, that climate change is an existential threat to our country and the planet, and that we need to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. And the American people also know that we need fundamental transformation of a broken and racist criminal justice system, as well as a cruel immigration system that keeps millions of people living in fear. But it is not just the ideological debate that our progressive movement is winning. We are winning the generational debate. While Joe Biden continues to do very well with older Americans, especially those people over 65, our campaign continues to win the vast majority of the votes of younger people. And I am talking about people not just in their 20s, but in their 30s and their 40s. The younger generations of this country continue in very strong numbers to support our campaign. Today, I say to the Democratic establishment, in order to win in the future, you need to win the voters who represent the future of our country, and you must speak to the issues of concern to them. You cannot simply be satisfied by winning the votes of people who are older. While our campaign has won the ideological debate, we are losing the debate over electability. I cannot tell you how many people our campaign has spoken to who have said, and I quote, "I like what your campaign stands for. I agree with what your campaign stands for, but I'm going to vote for Joe Biden because I think Joe is the best candidate to defeat Donald Trump." End of quote. We have heard that statement all over this country. Needless to say, I strongly disagree with that assertion. But that is what millions of Democrats and independents today believe. On Sunday, I very much look forward to the debate in Arizona with my friend Joe Biden. And let me be very frank as to the questions that I will be asking Joe. Joe, what are you going to do for the 500,000 people who go bankrupt in our country because of medically related debt? And what are you going to do for the working people of this country and small business people who are paying on average 20% of their incomes for health care? Joe, what are you going to do to end the absurdity of the United States of America being the only major country on earth where health care is not a human right? Are you really going to veto a Medicare for all bill if it is passed in Congress? Joe, how are you going to respond to the scientists who tell us we have 7 or 8 years remaining to transform our energy system before irreparable harm takes place to this planet because of the ravages of climate change? Joe, at a time when most young people need a higher education to make it into the middle class, what are you going to do to make sure that all of our people can go to college or trade school regardless of their income? And what are you going to do about the millions of people who are struggling with outrageous levels of student debt? Joe, at a time when we have more people in jail than communist China, a nation 4 times our size, what are you going to do to end mass incarceration and a racist criminal justice system? And what are you going to do to end the terror that millions of undocumented people experience right now because of our broken and inhumane immigration system? Joe, what are you going to do about the fact that we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth, and are living with the fact that 500,000 people tonight are homeless and 18 million families are spending half of their income to put a roof over their heads? Joe, importantly, what are you going to do to end the absurdity of billionaires buying elections and the 3 wealthiest people in America owning more wealth than the bottom half of our people? So let me conclude the way I began. Donald Trump must be defeated, and I will do everything in my power to make that happen. On Sunday night, in the first one-on-one debate of this campaign, the American people will have the opportunity to see which candidate is best positioned to accomplish that goal. Thank you all very much.
All right. Well, he did not drop out. So that's what my main takeaway is at this point. We're still moving forward. But let me fix that. Ugh, why won't it work? There we go. We're still moving forward. Rima says, wait until you find out your degree in science and what science is from where. No, we didn't find out. We didn't find out anything just now. We found out this is going forward. We found out he's going to come out swinging at the debate. So I feel a lot better than I did before I watched Bernie. I like watching Bernie sometimes to get perspective, to get his body language. I didn't like the body language at the beginning of the video. I liked it more towards the end. I got to tell you, I'm not a body language expert. I just get a vibe off of him, and I didn't like the vibe at the beginning of the video. I don't know how many of you agree with that, and I don't know why I can't see your comments. I'm going to see if I can see it on the computer. I've been trying on my phone the whole time, but I haven't been able to. And now that I am free of the video, I'm going to go over. So I think YouTube got shut down. I didn't even think about the fact that I probably did not have permission to share that video. So I hope I didn't get some kind of a strike on YouTube. But Valerie says there's no climate change. Really? Well, that's weird. The tassels. I did not like the Illuminati imagery in the background. I didn't. I've never seen him do that before. But I did like the presidential elements in it. Did you see the psychology there? That was a presidential background. That wasn't an I'm running for president background. That was an I am president. I'm addressing the nation. We let ourselves down last night. But we didn't. We didn't. Massive election. I wish I'd heard him say that. I wish I'd heard him say it, and I wish I'd heard an announcement of Tulsi joining the campaign, because I see that being something that happens. But thanks for gathering with me and watching the announcement. I feel better. I feel better. And yes, Steve, the debate would be a good time to bring up the dementia. Yes, absolutely. Well, I feel better about everything right now. I'm sure a lot of you do too. And thanks for sitting with me and watching that press conference. I was nervous about that. I was a little on edge. The first comment and the only comment on YouTube actually was apparently the check must have cleared the bank. A lot of people before it started were talking like, yeah, Steve, I hate that. He's not your friend. Calling Biden his friend all the time. I don't know why he's doing that. I wish he'd stop doing that as well. Valerie says, wait until you find out that everything you're taught is a lie and those fake paid off scientists are for the New World Order. Valerie would like a video on my YouTube channel about the Jasons. There is a secret society of scientists, and they're called the Jason Society, the Jason Group, the Jason Architects. They have a bunch of different names. The only one that's consistent is the Jasons, and I made a video on my YouTube channel. Check it out. You would like that video. Veronica says, you're the best, Bernie. Bernie is the best. I just hope he understands what we understand, and that is that this is a last stand situation. This must happen. We must succeed. This revolution must succeed. What we're fighting for has to happen. And I hope he is in the long haul, like we are, into the end, to see this through. Because that's what's needed. Millicent says he threw down the gauntlet. I hope he does. You know, they got Joe protected in this debate. And that's kind of messed up that they do that. But as much as he can, I hope he lays out all those issues. I hope he really goes after him hard. Because Steve's right. Biden is not Bernie's friend, and he's not our friend. So it's a good time to bring up the dementia. It's a good time to push back. It's a good time to challenge him. It's a good time to really go after Biden hard. And it's a good time for all of us to really go after Biden hard. So get out there and keep pushing. Keep doing all you can. I'll see you guys at the regular time at 7. But thanks for watching the press conference with me. and helping me through that. We'll see you guys at 7 later on for the Daily Burn.